Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. So, I came across a video where young black men, those conservatives that are always so quick to, gaslight themselves. He actually came out to say that, people are always asking him, how come, like, a young man like you decided to be a Republican and a conservative, right? And the reality is that his comment section will really shock you because these people have a group of people they patronize. And the fact that majority of them are in the comment section telling him that I wish that American will put up this, put your videos in schools so it can be played over and over, shows how dumb the person saying it and the person also listening to him, shows how dumb both of them are. And all of them are just there. Now I am going to say this. Look around. Most of the black people that are conservatives, how great are they doing? At some point, maybe they are okay. At some point, you find out that their life is like a little bit dangling, right? That is as a result of the lies they have lied. Because tell me how somebody will wake up one day and say that our black people were better off during uh, Jim Crow, like black community were, or like black people were really better off. Like, how can somebody that is in dilemma be really, how can you be having a good time? Let's get into this.
On a daily basis, I get at least one variation of the question, how can you as a black man be a Republican? How can you as a black man be a conservative? And my answer for that is simple. When you are a black man who researches for himself as opposed to being led by the rest of the sheep on the Democratic plantation, you start to realize that the Republican Party is historically the party for black people. Let me explain. In 1854 is the formation of the Republican Party, or what is now known as the Republican Party. They appoint their first president, Abraham Lincoln, who is technically the first Republican president. Now, what does Abe Lincoln and the rest of the Republican Party do? Well, simple. They do this little known thing. What was it? The abolition of slavery. So that was the first part. As the Democrats were fighting tooth and nail to keep slavery intact, the Republican Party won the Civil War, ending slavery. Now we have 1870, where Jim Crow laws are instituted by none other than the Democratic Party. Back to their old ways as per usual. What do we expect? However, in those next 100 years before the abolition of Jim Crow laws, the Republican Party would appoint their first black senator in the 1800s. And after that, they will be the only ones to appoint black senators and black governors and female senators and Hispanic senators all the way until, I believe, 1970. So, yeah, there's that part. Now we creep up to 1964, where Lyndon Baines Johnson is forced to sign the Civil Rights Act. Forced, mind you, because it had passed through the Senate and the House, which were both majority Republican. Now, unfortunately, it took 70 long days to get this damn bill through. Why? Because the Democrats, back to their old ways, filibustered the bill, which means they stalled it. For 70 days straight, they said nay, 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 and we said yay, yay, yay. And eventually the yay, yay, yay won out. Lyndon Baines Johnson is forced into signing the bill. So some would ask, so if they're so pro, black people, then why aren't they doing anything for black folk now? Well, the answer for that is simple, and it's best said by Dr. Carol Swain. She says, because they view you as equals, not as lesser than. And this is the entire ruse, the entire game. The Democrats see black people as somebody who needs a handout in order to make it in life, as lesser than, just like they did before. Remember? Less than a human. And so it's interesting how, fast forward today, we have them doing the very same thing. Oh, black people, you poor black people, I know you can't do for yourself. Here's welfare. Here's Section 8. Oh, mind you, you need us. You can't do for yourself. Whereas the Republican Party says, look, I believe you can at least pull yourself up. You have the resources. The laws are now in the favor of all people who execute, do the damn thing. So that right there, I guess is a brief answer as to how I, a black man, can be a Republican. What was it? Oh yeah, the abolition of slavery. So that was the first part.
You know, early last year, 2024, Cat Williams did that famous interview with Shannon Sharpe on Club Shay Shay. And he said 2024 is the year of truth. It is now 2025. So allow me to use the incomparable, almighty Bobby Lashley to declare 2025 the year of obvious truths and no bullshit. Or in other words, truth that hurts your feelings. Anybody who's ever watched one of my videos with him behind me knows what's about to happen, right? This gentleman doesn't. So brace yourself, because this is going to be painful. If you, as a black Republican, if your shiniest example of what the Republican Party has done for black people is the freeing of the slaves in 1864 and no other example whatsoever, the party you support ain't shit. I have heard a variation on the Lincoln and the Republicans freed the slaves trope for over 30 years. 30. And I have always asked the same question. Is that it? Do you have any more examples of how great the economic policies of the Republican Party have helped us? Do you have anything else that should lead us black people to the conservative side of our political discourse? Y'all start at freeing the slaves and then y'all don't even follow up. Y'all don't. Never mind the inconsistencies in that. Only freeing the slaves in the southern area, not all of them, just the ones that are held under bondage by people who are fighting against the damn Union. Never mind that. Never mind the fact that Lincoln literally said if he could preserve the Union and keep slavery, he would. If he could preserve the Union and get rid of slavery, he would. So he wasn't this enthusiastic person against slavery. It's the simple fact that that's your starting point, and it is also your ending point. Nothing. Y'all never have anything else. Never. That's why y'all have to use words like democratic plantation, because you literally have nothing else. Nothing. Not one goddamn thing. It stops there. You, black Republican, I can't believe you still vote with the Democrats. Me, black leftist, what the fuck are you talking about? Neither one of the political parties give a fuck about us. Well, the Republicans do. How so? They freed the slaves. Yep. And was there a follow-up to that? Was that the end? What the fuck? But black Republicans cannot. Y'all can't help yourselves. Y'all say that shit more than white Republicans. You act as though freeing the slaves was the end of it. Oh, everything was good after that. Was it though? And then you want to remind us the Democratic Party is the party of KKK. Who are they voting for now? Who did the Ku Klux Klan overwhelmingly support in 2016, in 2020, and in 2024? I'll give you a hint. Not the Democrats. Do you see now You leave a chunk of time out. You give us the example of Republicans freeing the slaves, and then you fast forward to the Democrats with the party of the KKK. Were being the optimal word. Were. Not are. Were. So here is your sales pitch to African Americans in this country to vote Republican. Something that every one of your white Republican friends will tell you is so long ago, the freeing of the slaves, and there's a whole caveat to that shit. And the Democrats were the party of KKK. Vote Republican. I wouldn't even talk to them. Is that it? That's it. No economic policies. No acts that were signed into laws. No bills. Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. Just freed the slaves. Democrats made the KKK. That's it. And you think that because you read, that makes you somehow better because you vote Republican. You don't read enough. You don't read enough. Obviously you don't. If I said party switch to you, your fucking eyes would cross. And once again, I have to say this. I cannot believe I'm saying this to a goddamn black man. We know neither party likes us. We've kind of gotten that we kind of figured that part out. Neither political party gives a shit about black folk. Republicans or Democrats. So your sales pitch now falls not only on deaf ears, but an empty room. Every time one of you black Republicans talk, every time one of you black Republicans open your mouth to try to make a sales pitch for black people turning to the Republican Party, you drive your monkey asses all the fuck way back to goddamn the Civil War. You don't have a single other fucking example at all. None. Truman, a Democrat, integrated the military. FDR, a Democrat, signed the New Deal. Did either one of them give a fuck about black people? No. Kennedy started the ball rolling for the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act. A Democrat. LBJ, a Democrat, signed them into law, and thus giving the South to the Republicans until this very day. So please tell me there's more. Did you research anything else? What economic policies should African Americans look for in the Republican Party that's going to help our community? You have nothing. Nada. You have Republicans fought the Civil War and ended slavery. The Democrats are the party of the KKK. Oh, and Democratic plantations. Black Republicans are some of the most scatterbrained human beings walking the face of the earth today. There is no ambiguity about it. From Rob Smith and Candace Owens to you. Everything that you're saying, the reasons we should vote Republican, are hollow. And they're hollow because there's nothing else behind them. I would tell y'all to get a different shtick, but you won't. You will continue down this path saying this exact same bullshit. And there's nothing else. Pull up one policy that Republicans have put in place that benefited African Americans. Don't start with slavery. Don't start with Emancipation Proclamation. And don't start with the KKK and Democrats, please. Jesus, God, a 10-pack of ass. 10-pack of ass was this video.
So this is all I got from this video. And sincerely speaking, nobody really cares anymore why black men or conservative or Republicans. Sincerely speaking, I do not care. If you like, join. Okay, none of my business, you know. But one thing I'm going to say is that this young man is tripping, sincerely speaking. And when you see his comment section, you definitely will know the people he stands for. And that is amazing. That is good for him because it looks like he is really, really doing great in his field. But there is something that I also noticed, but I stand to be corrected. Should I say it or should I not? Not. I will just move past it. I'll just pass it, you know? See, the one thing I really dislike about these people is that they do not speak the truth, you know? And when people do not speak the truth, it becomes problematic and it makes life harder for other people, right? The only people it doesn't make hard, like life hard or harder for are the ones that they are glorifying, because from the look of things, you can see that they are just there for one people and like a certain group of people, and then the other group of people, they do not care about them. But I really do not understand how someone that look like me would not want to be part of his community or want to know what is going on in his own community or want to be a great change for his own community, right? Have you really asked them what is going on with the conservatives, like the Republicans, the black ones that are part of it? How great are they doing? Sincerely speaking, from the last election actually shows a lot. Like, 1 minute they are doing good, the other minute they are just not okay and not doing good. Look around. From Candice Owen, who always the only thing she wants to talk about is black people. She's not looking for a way to drag black people down. That is the only thing she does. She's always from one way to the other, looking for a way to, like, sure, she's been paid to do that, right? Not until she spoke one truth, probably without their knowledge or without their consent, all right? It became a huge problem. But that is awesome. I am watching all of you, and I really do not have a lot to say. But one thing I know for sure is that, at some point in someone's life, you will reap what you sow. That thing is something that I understand. Majority of them are so quick, like so busy coming, because I really don't see how they lie like this. Jeff Mead, all of them. How do you see the truth? Or maybe they are, okay, I think there is a problem too. Maybe they are not saying the truth, right? I just feel, because I don't know how I am going to see the truth and say that is not the truth. But I mean, some people already have chosen the kind of path they want and they are riding on it. But you know what? I am really wishing you well, and I really do hope that our ancestor visits you and blesses you with some koboko. Do you people know what koboko is? Koboko. K-O-B-O. Koboko, right? Write it in 2 words. You'll find out the meaning of it. Google it. You'll find out. It's really a very beautiful thing. And if you have an experience with koboko, trust me, you are going to enjoy the ride. Such a great ride. I am going to draw the curtain here. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.